Welcome to Richland Springs. We have the unique opportunity. We've won 7 state championships, and this year we're shooting for number 8, of course, which would tie us with Katy High School and Salina High School as having the most state championships in Texas high school football history. The chances of being able to have that opportunity are really, really good because we graduated 2 seniors, but from last year's state championship game, we have both the offensive MVP and the defensive MVP, and they're only going to be juniors this year. So really, we've got a young team still. We got great seniors, great juniors. Actually, every class has a lot of talent, and we have great kids in junior high coming up as well. So what could be, you can always get beat, okay? But if we stay healthy, and I'm going to sound like a coach now, if we can just stay healthy and play them one at a time. No, if we can stay healthy, it looks to me that we have an excellent opportunity to win number 8. Now, I know that people will say, well, Fikes figured out a way to promote himself in this deal. And I know you're not going to believe it, but I didn't come up with this idea. This whole endeavor, is really kind of a passion for me when approached about it and kind of framed about my interaction with this team that I think is just amazing and this community that I think is amazing. And so I get the opportunity to talk about it over several weeks, then, of course I'm going to do that. And to be able to let people know about, the amazing coaches we have, the amazing school that we have, the amazing kids that we have, the amazing community and support is just, it's a unique Texas story. And I'm happy to be able to share it with you. So when I was a kid back in the 60s, my dad would allow me to be on the sideline with him on Friday nights. And, I had a little pair of coaching shoes. I dressed like he did. I tried to follow him around. When he would squat down to get a blade of grass, I'd do that. He'd yell, I yell. And I know it probably drove the team crazy, but they put up with me, and, I kind of got to be a, mascot kind of person. And it was fairly traumatic, moving from 11-man to 6-man initially in that my senior year, because all that I'd known since 5th grade was organized competitive 11-man. And we weren't really very good that first year. We were 2-8. We won 2 games. And we didn't really know what we were doing. But, looking back on it, it was really tons of fun. And, I was telling people that we were going to be doing this, and they said, well, I bet there's one fact that you'll make sure that everybody knows. Who in the history of Richland Springs football scored the very first 6-man touchdown? Yeah, I had to put that in. Actually, it was like the first 5, but I lost count after that. In terms of how this really fits into the whole big wide world, is really kind of the way Texas does. I mean, you know, we were the only country that became part of this country, this republic. Every school kid, it doesn't matter whether they're in New Jersey, California, if they pay attention, they're going to know Texas history. They're going to know about the Alamo. They're going to know about Davy Crockett. You know, so we're uniquely positioned in this whole world. And, you know, a smaller microcosm of that reality is six-man football. As unique as it is to this state, and as unique as this state is, not only to this country, but to the rest of the world. I mean, you know, when you travel, and I've had the opportunity to travel outside of this country, and you tell people you're from Texas. Well, first of all, I never have to tell anybody I'm from Texas because the dialect is a little thick. And they all go, are you from Texas? You're from Texas, aren't you, honey? Yes, ma'am, I'm from Texas. But it's this unique piece. And it's, even though it's a microcosm, it's a big old biggin. But the participation is amazing. We have amazing people that do all kinds of things. And really, you know, the head coach and all the staff are great, but the head coach, Jerry Burkhart, is as good as anybody I've ever seen from soup to nuts because he involves people, he engages people. This coach's kid here gets to be on the sidelines doing stats, or one year I was ball boy, okay? Because, you know, there's a certain reason for that, but I was the ball boy, probably the oldest ball boy in Texas high school football history at 54, okay? But he just engages people, and, you know, it's just from the merchandise that they sell in this really nice trailer that we take to playoff games, and, you know, to the radio broadcast, and it's just, people are in love with this team, and it has helped maintain the community. And I've said this before, being able to be connected, not just for me, but, you know, for all of us, being able to be connected this last dozen years has been like breathing pure oxygen. You know, our county cousins, there are two six-man teams in San Saba County. There's Cherokee and ourselves. And in the 70s, when they began to have state championship games for six-man, Cherokee were in a bunch of state championships, and they won 3. So in this county of 5,000, there are 10 state championships. You know, it's funny, we're 35 miles south of Brownwood, who they have won 7 state championships. So be kind of fun to go past those guys.
Now, okay, because that's the most important aspect of our game is these special teams. The hardest thing to do is kick an extra point, okay? Because we got 2 guys. We got one that's holding, one that's kicking. They got 6 guys coming, so that means we got 4 blockers, and we got to get it done. All right, here we go. Work hard on 3. 1, 2, 3. Work hard.
Being able to share about my school and about, you know, my football team and the connections with it is just really one small slice of the greater six-man community that's here in the state of Texas. I mean, you know, I'm always going to come across as a homer. I'm always going to come across as somebody that's going to give you a hard time. Yeah, I'll throw you under the bus if I get the opportunity to do it. But really, in my heart of hearts, I know you're just as passionate about your place. I know that you love your kids, that you think they're amazing, and that, you know, when they laugh, you laugh. When they cry, you cry. When they win, you're excited, and when they lose, your heart breaks with them. So this isn't just a story about Richland Springs or my interaction with this group. This is a slice of Texas that is really pretty unique to Texas that very few people know about.
The first game in our season is the Paducah Dragons, and we're going to play them. And they have a lot of team speed, and they got a lot of year in and year out. They're a great program, and they do very well in all their sports: basketball, football, track. We know that we've got our work cut out for us, and we wanted to hit somebody that's going to really give us a test, right off the bat, and hopefully we can go out and take care of business.
Playing the Paducah Dragons, which what a great mascot, the Dragons, don't you think? I don't know a lot about them. Now, when I was in high school, they had a lot of speed, but that's like, how long ago was that? Oh, 40 years, okay. But they had a lot of speed back then, and I think they still do. I don't know a lot about them, but I expect the game to be over at halftime.
Hey, my dad!